Sky Squad, we are back in the building. And of course, we got to talk some reality TV news and entertainment. Okay. Let's get into it. Nothing to it but to do it. We are talking. mm, mm, mm. We are talking about the drama popping off in Escape. And we're talking about what's at the heart of the beef between Peter Thomas and Dr. Wendy Osefo. Let's get into it, shall we? I think we shall. In order to start things off, we're going to take things over to our friends over at the Shade Room. Y'all know those Soul Train Awards took place. I don't ever understand why they are never done live, okay? Give it to us live. With a delay. You know what I'm saying? I know these days award shows can be sometimes a dangerous place. You might get a slap here, a slap there. You never know. But anyway, let's get into what's going on here. Now, we already had heard that there was some drama brewing with the Xscape show. We already talked about Kandi giving us the tea about the sisters not getting along. Then the other week, we heard from, I believe it was the TMZ, that there was some beef with Latocha Scott not joining the other three ladies on a short tour of some sorts, because her husband was allegedly not getting along with the tour promoter or the coordinator or something to that nature. Okay. And then there was also a little bit of scuttlebutt about whether or not they should use the Xscape name or if they should go by Xscape 3, like when they did when Kandi wasn't touring with the group. But they were going to continue to use that Xscape name despite what Miss Latocha may say, allegedly. Okay, let me go ahead and put this alleged badge up here just to catch y'all up on everything that's going on. All right, so now we got that part out the way. We get into the fact that we knew that she would be making an appearance with the girls during the Soul Train Awards, okay? And so here she is pictured. Don't they look amazing? But one of these things is not like the other. The Shade Room caption reads, "Child, Xscape hit the carpet at the Soul Train Awards looking good, but some found issue with Latocha's dress not coinciding with the rest of the group's looks. Latocha is now making it clear that she did not get the memo. Kandi called her out for putting out false narratives after choosing to work with a different stylist than the rest of the group." What? Whoa. So you see right here, it says Latocha reveals she didn't get the memo for the Soul Train red carpet looks. And so it says here, "Sorry, I didn't get the memo, but everyone still looked amazing. Heart." Okay. So Kandi turned off her comments on the post she made with the group. Okay. It says, "Lady of Soul winners, it's a blessing to still be here. Thank you to all of our supporters. Love y'all. Make sure to watch the Soul Train Awards on November 26th. Me and my girls performed. Don't miss it. You know they can sing down." Kandi did say in my interview with her that despite whatever they may be going through off the behind the scenes, they always can come together and clearly take a good photo, but also sing with them vocals that we all know and love them for, right? But she turned the comments off. All right. So people said, Latocha really said, "F that group. I'm the lead vocalist, and Kandi and them are backup." These are what the people on social media is saying, not me. Okay. That the Shade Room posted and said, somebody else said, "I know Kandi was irked when she saw Latocha." Somebody said Kandi's face is frozen, and when I wouldn't be surprised if she didn't even speak to Latocha all evening. Why y'all make it seem like Kandi the one with all the problems? Kandi told us in the interview that it was actually the sisters that was doing the most of the beefing. And then somebody else said, "I was under the impression that Kandi was the difficult one, but it's actually Latocha." We all say Listen, alleged. Anyway, um, you see here that the Shade Room posted that Kandi called her out for putting out false narratives after choosing to work with a different stylist than the rest of the group, which is interesting. This be the demise of the girl groups right here. That's how it starts. Remember back in the day, Destiny's Child, they wanted the different management and things like that. But it's always one in the group, typically, that's a little different. One of these things is not like the other. Okay. You see here, even back in the day, they had, obviously they had set Beyonce apart with the blonde hair. You know why they did Kelly and Michelle, the black hair. You know what I'm saying? Although each woman had their own different look. Sometimes, Kelly's hair might have been red, or Michelle's hair might have been red or brown or something like that to that effect. But, Beyonce always had that blonde hair. You know what I'm saying? You even go back to the Supremes. Look at the photo. You know what I'm saying? They got Diana Ross, okay, off to the side, back turned, eyes, eyes looking ever so, lustfully over the shoulder. You know what I'm saying? Giving her the extra seductive look. While the rest of the girls just got, just stand there. Okay, just stand there. Give us what you got. All right. But Diana, you open them eyes. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. That's just what it be given to me. Dang, why can't we ever get these girl groups to get on the same page? Hopefully they don't quit singing, because we're looking forward to this Xscape show, because I need some escapism. Okay. Moving on. We got to talk Peter and Dr. Wendy Osefo. At the end of last week's episode of The Real Housewives of Potomac, we actually got a scene with Mia FaceTiming Peter. Now, during that scene, she says something to the effect of essentially, she's asking him, about bringing the girls and who's with her and everything. And she says, I've got Wendy here. And he says he has beef with her. So in the scene right here that we're going to take a look at from our friends over at OMFG Reality TV, we can actually see it's the preview for next week. All right. Ain't the preview we want to see, but it does give us a little bit more intel as to what's popping off between Wendy and Peter. Now, we had seen in the previous episode, we saw at the beginning of the season, right at the beginning, that, Wendy was meeting up with Peter and she was wanting to know about, possibly joining in as an investor on this Nigerian themed lounge. Now, here in this past episode, we saw her talk about it being on pause. Now, I don't know if she told Peter that this was on the pause. So this leads Peter in this moment to, tell Mia and Charisse that he is upset a little bit because, he didn't send her over a contract or some type of agreement, and she has not gotten back to him. And to add insult to injury, she who has wanted to get into business with him, being Wendy, is now in his city at his restaurante, okay, and ain't even bothered to call him and say nothing, okay? So he's kind of like, I don't understand what's up with that. Like, we ain't even spoken or whatever. So, a couple of things that's interesting about this scene is that we learned that Charisse wants to pick his brains about opening up some type of champagne lounge or something like that. Because, if you are a familiar OG Real Housewives of Potomac fan, you will know that upon getting separated / divorced, Charisse built a champagne room in her home, okay? So this champagne thing has been a part of Charisse's story for quite some time. Now, I'm here for a champagne lounge, Miss Charisse, Miss Shasha Gabor, okay, as I'm going to start calling her. If you want to open up a champagne lounge, I volunteer as tribute to be the first in the taste test, okay? Because I do love me some champagne. Not that I'll ever be invited, but nonetheless, I would still support because I do, like to support a black business. Okay. Um, Now, having said that, she questions, she's kind of exits the conversation and she's like, I do want to pick your brain about that. And, they kind of joke about her not being like Wendy and, just kind of ghosting him on the situation. And, she jokes and she says, I'm not Wendy. I am not like Wendy. I am not like Wendy. So at that point, Peter and Mia are left to kind of converse about the whole Wendy situation. And so that's when Mia says in this line right here that's quoted on OMFG Reality TV's page, it says, if you need time, Mia is saying this in her confessional, Wendy, like, if you need time, say that. If you don't have the money, say that too. Because up until this point, the contract has not been responded to. Okay. So it's been left hanging. And, what's up? And Mia does leave him by telling him, to he should probably go ahead and forget about this thing with Wendy, and she would place her bets on doing something with Shasha Gabor. Okay, Shasha Gabor. And so I don't know if this is what is going to ultimately lead to the Mia and Wendy blow up, but I mean, I'm interested in knowing what you guys think. I mean, well, technically, to be quite honest with you, I mean, keeping it 100 in a buck, it ain't really none of Mia's business. I mean, what's going on between Wendy and Peter and whether or not she ghosted him or not, because, you know, uh, I, ugh, it's such a sad thing to say, but Mia got her own business things to be dealing with. So, I mean, ultimately, it's kind of like, oh, I would just stay out of that whole situation because that could get a little bit, messy. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, y'all let me know what y'all thinking down in the comment section down below. We're gonna be watching with bated breath for Sunday night's episode. Potomac is delivering in a way that yeah, every episode is a banger, man. It's a banger. So let me know what you guys think is going to happen. Let me know how you feel. What's up with Xscape? Y'all ready for the Xscape show? Bravo. Do not make us wait until March for this Xscape show. We need it now. We need it now. Okay. That's all I got for y'all. I'm going to catch y'all in the next video.